TRAPROCK 50K. This was the first race of the season where I signed up for 7 races. So 1 down, 6 to go. So let me tell you about my TRAPROCK 50K day. Well, it didn't go so well. And this is why. So the day starts with me getting up around 4 in the morning. My buddy picked me up at around 5 in the morning, so he picks me up at 5 in the morning. We get there about an hour before the race, so that gives us time to get our bibs, to talk to a few people,
what's going on,
say hi to friends.
Run up some hills.
I just run up the hill to see where it starts.
Not even out of breath.
Yeah, easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Chris, do your famous words of wisdom. Go ahead.
Don't hurt yourself.
But anyways, let me tell you about the course. The TRAPROCK 50K course is a 3-loop course, and each loop is around 11 miles with an elevation gain of about 7,000 feet. So my strategy going into this year is to run hills. My last year's strategy is to walk the hills, preserve the muscles, and run the downhills, the straightaways, whatever. Just walk every hill, which wasn't that bad of a strategy. Like my muscles didn't hurt that much. I didn't fatigue that fast last year, but this year I want to be faster. So the only way to do that is to run the hills. So I thought I was ready going into the season with me preparing for this season by having an off season doing a Border Patrol challenge. The Border Patrol challenge was a challenge of doing 20 trails around Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, season of the whole winter. You know, and I was able to run hills and whatnot. So for the TRAPROCK 50K, we started and we go up a hill. Let me tell you this. I started running for exactly 5 minutes until I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to run these hills.
2 miles.
So it starts with an uphill, then there's rolling hills. So about halfway through the loop, about around 4.5 miles. Now the loop is 11 miles, so I guess it's not even halfway. You know, my buddy's just ahead of me, and he's like, hey Igor, yes, Igor is my name. Hey Igor, you're not gonna run this hill. And I was like, stop messing with me, get out of here. I'm gonna run the hill. Mind you, this is still the first loop. Then I turn the corner, there's a little downhill, but then I look up. Oh my God, it's like a straightaway uphill. There's no way you could run it. No, I'm lying. There's way better people than me that were able to run that hill. However, I looked up that hill and I was like, oh my God, this is not gonna happen. So this is when reality sinks in that this is gonna be an ultra run, mostly walk type of race. So I start trotting up that hill, and it seems like it was probably, I don't know, 200 feet. I don't know, you guys tell me. I can't really tell how big hills are. I'm bad with distances. I'm bad with heights. I can't tell. I think it was about 200 feet straight up, maybe more. From the bottom, I thought it was a 1,000-foot hill, but it was. I don't think it was. I got through the hill one time. In my head, I'm already saying, geez Louise, I got this 2 more times.
And 2 more times on this.
Then, still on the first loop, I'm running and running. I'm already around 8 miles. I'm getting to 8 miles. And then what do I see from corner of my eye? What do I see? I thought I saw a spectator. Then, and this never happened to me before. Never happened to me before, ever. Then I was like, wait a second, what is really going on there? So I look, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a mama bear with 2 cubs. I don't know about you, but don't they say if there's a mama bear, 2 cubs there, that's one of the more dangerous situations you could be around, where the bear could attack you because they think you're gonna attack the cubs or something. I have no idea. I don't know anything about animals, but I didn't know what to do. I know that I just passed the aid station about a mile back. I thought maybe I should go back and warn people. I don't know what people do in a bear situation. I only saw a bear inside a zoo. Anyways, I see this bear, I stop, and then the bear looks at me. It stops too. The bear stops and looks at me. I'm like, oh crap, it knows that I'm there. And then all these scenarios go through my head. Is the bear gonna attack me? Is it gonna run at me? So I started creeping forward. Then the bear kind of like, all right, started walking at a leisurely pace. Then I started trotting a little. The bear still walking in a leisurely pace, mind you, towards me, towards the trail. I'm trying to pass the bear before he reaches the trail, trying to just get to the other side. So I accomplish it. I'm not even looking. I didn't want to look in their eyes. I just wanted to go. And I was like, oh man, if this bear starts chasing me, I'm dead meat. I'm not even a fast ultra runner. So then I get to where I think is a safe distance. I start fumbling with my camera, trying to get this on tape for you guys, so you have this experience as well.
It's the first bear sighting I've had. The question was, did I have to turn or should I go through? And that was the question, especially when the mama bear looked right at me. I was like, uh-oh.
Well, long story short, nothing happened. The bear kept going. The cubs were having a good time. And I could see why people come close to bears to try to take a photo or even, pet them. I don't know if anyone actually tried to pet a bear, but I know people or tourists, they really try to get close to the bears to take those photos, and then bam, they get attacked. I can see why, because they look pretty cute. They seem like they're harmless. Well, looks probably are deceiving. This whole thing was just the first loop.
Round 2, first lap, a lot of hills, surprisingly a lot of hills, and freaking bear sighting. Hopefully I don't see him on this lap.
Whoo! In my head I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it 2 more loops. I hope I don't see any more bears on my second loop. I'll go my second loop, no bears this time. I slow down dramatically, and then I'm starting to finish my second loop, and out of nowhere, and this dude laps me. Who laps somebody on a 7,000 foot elevation gain? And this dude just laps me. And he was so focused in the zone that I made some stupid joke. He didn't even look at me. He was just going straight. And maybe that's what it takes to be really good. So I go into my third lap, 4.5 hours into it. I got 1 more lap of 11 miles. And then on about the second hill, maybe 2 miles in, I got the worst cramp in my left thigh. I was trying to walk up the hill, and then I couldn't bear any weight on my left foot. And I just couldn't stretch out my foot. I had to literally sit down. This never happened to me before. I never had to sit down in the middle of a trail. I had to sit down and massage the hell out of my left thigh. I added more electrolytes into my mix. Now when I'm showing this is where my flasks, one of my flasks are on my hydration vest. So I open it up, I pour more electrolyte mix, pour more, drink as much. I could barely stretch out my leg. It hurts so bad. And then people are coming up. It's becoming an embarrassment. But at this time, I didn't really care. I still had 9 miles to go. I really thought about DNFing because I was like, am I gonna actually make up this hill? Now, this is even before that big power line hill. This is before that. This is one of the easy hills that I couldn't even walk up. So it was just spazzing out. And then finally, some salt tablets, Did some massaging, then about 5 minutes, I was like, oh, my foot feels decent. So I started walking up the hill, and I walked up the hill. So the rest of that loop, I took it fairly easy. I, did a little bit of running to the end. Needless to say, when I got to the end, I did the race in 7 hours and 30 minutes, which is not great. Got to the finish line, it was fun.
I know you're from Big River. Nice job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Nice job. Come on, bring it in.
So the race went terrible for me, right? Out of a terrible race, what comes out is I know where I need to work. The reality is that I wasn't ready for that much of an elevation gains, even though for a lot of you, that's not even that much of an elevation gain. But I'm from Rhode Island. We're the ocean state. Some parts of Rhode Island is under the sea. And the highest point in Rhode Island is only 800 feet. That's not a lot. All right, so that was TRAPROCK 50K. So listen, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on this journey.